Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at manifestation and the law of attraction,
No, yeah.
but we're going to be doing it through the lens of a story
Okay.
about someone named Sarah who claims to have achieved some pretty amazing things using these techniques.
I'm intrigued.
So while we kind of unravel Sarah's journey, our expert is going to be here to help us unpack the ideas and kind of think about,
Yeah.
what it all means.
Yeah, and what I think is so interesting about this deep dive is that we're really moving beyond just like theory.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at a real life example. So it's a chance to sort of analyze not only the steps that someone took, but also kind of the potential psychological and even philosophical implications.
Yeah, exactly. So let's dive in.
Yeah.
So a true story features Sarah, a 32-year-old teacher who was, feeling kind of stuck in her life. Small town. Had a steady job, but was feeling trapped, overwhelmed by expenses, didn't really see a way to get toward her dreams. Yeah. Does that sound familiar to any of you listeners out there?
Oh, absolutely. I think that feeling of wanting something more, of feeling like restricted by your circumstances, that's very relatable. And I think it often motivates us to kind of seek change and look for new possibilities.
Yeah, totally. So Sarah's story takes kind of an interesting turn when she stumbles upon this concept of manifestation and the law of attraction.
Okay.
And she was pretty skeptical at first,
Right.
as, many of us might be.
Sure.
I mean, the idea that you can just, think your way to a better life can seem, a bit far-fetched.
Right.
But there was something about it that kind of, piqued her interest.
Yeah.
So she decided to give it a shot.
I think it's really wise to approach these kinds of ideas with a healthy dose of skepticism, especially when they challenge our conventional thinking.
Absolutely.
But what I appreciate about Sarah's story is she kind of combines that skepticism with curiosity and a willingness to try something new.
Exactly. So she decided to do this 30-day manifestation challenge that she found online. And the challenge had a few different practices involved, but the one that Sarah focused on the most was this daily visualization.
Okay.
So every day she would spend 5 minutes vividly imagining, her dream life, traveling, financial abundance, all that stuff.
So visualization, that's a concept that's been studied in various fields, right? Like psychology, sports performance. And the idea is that by actually picturing yourself achieving a goal, you're kind of preparing your mind for success, right? You're creating this mental blueprint that could influence your actions and potentially lead you towards what you want.
Right. And Sarah didn't just see these images in her mind. She really tried to feel them. The warmth of the sun on her skin, the taste of amazing food, the sounds of laughter, adventure. She totally immersed herself in this experience.
And that level of detail, I think, is really important. It's not just about passively observing these images in your mind, right? You want to engage all your senses, make the visualization as real as possible, because the more vivid and emotionally charged that experience is, the more likely it is to really kind of impact your subconscious mind.
Absolutely. So about halfway through this 30-day challenge, something totally unexpected happened.
Oh.
So Sarah gets this call out of the blue
Okay.
from an old friend she hadn't talked to in years.
Wow.
And this friend, who would become a successful entrepreneur, offered Sarah a job, managing this new branch of his company.
Wow.
And it was a dream come true, great salary, flexible hours, ability to work remotely, all the things Sarah had been visualizing.
Now things are getting interesting, right? So is this manifestation at play, or was this just a coincidence, right? Being in the right place at the right time. I think that's a question that comes up a lot when we talk about these kind of events that seem almost fated.
Yeah, right. Like the universe was paying attention or something.
Right, exactly. So maybe from a psychological standpoint, it's possible that by consistently focusing on these goals through visualization, Sarah maybe became more receptive to opportunities that matched those goals. Right? So maybe she was unconsciously sending out these signals or behaving in ways that just made her more appealing to this friend as a potential business partner.
That makes a lot of sense. So Sarah accepted the job. And it seems like a happy ending, right?
Right.
But hold on, it gets even more interesting. So Sarah decides to continue with her manifestation practice, this time adding financial freedom into her visualizations.
Okay.
So guess what happened next?
Wait, let me guess. She won the lottery.
You got it. A few weeks later, Sarah won a staggering $1.2 million in the lottery.
Whoa. That's quite the manifestation success story.
Right. It's as if her thoughts became reality.
Wow. So this is where the concept of the law of attraction comes in, right?
Yeah.
This idea that attracts That if you focus on abundance, you can somehow draw abundance into your life. But, I mean, how much of this is a demonstrable effect?
Yeah.
And how much is just random chance?
Yeah, that's what Sarah believes happened. But what about the people who try manifestation and they don't see these kinds of results?
Right.
I mean, does that mean they just didn't believe hard enough?
That's a key question, and that's where I think things can get a little tricky with this concept.
Right.
Because the risk of attributing everything to manifestation is that it can lead to self-blame and feeling inadequate if things don't go as planned. It's important to remember that, manifestation isn't some magical formula, and there are just countless factors, beyond our control that shape our lives.
So it's not like ordering a pizza from the universe and just like waiting for it to show up at your door.
Right. I wish it were that simple. It's definitely more nuanced than that. Manifestation isn't about denying challenges or pretending everything is perfect. I think it's more about developing a mindset that helps you face those challenges with resilience and a belief in your ability to create positive change.
So maybe instead of focusing solely on the outcome, it's more about, focusing on the process, the journey, the steps you can take to kind of move toward your goals, even if there are setbacks along the way.
Exactly. It's about being proactive in your life rather than feeling like you're just passively being carried along by fate.
Yeah. So it's about empowering yourself, not just waiting for the universe to hand you everything you want.
Right. And this is where I think the practical side of manifestation comes in. It's not just about visualizing. It's also about taking action, setting goals, and working towards them. Visualization can be a really powerful tool, but it's only effective when combined with real effort.
So in a way, manifestation is about aligning your actions with your intentions.
Precisely. It's about creating this synergy between your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, and desires, and your outer world, your actions, and how you behave.
That's such a powerful concept. Yeah. It's like you're setting an intention with your mind and then using your actions in the real world to kind of bring it about.
Exactly. And if this is something that you're interested in exploring further, there's tons of great resources available. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
So we've talked a lot about like the positive aspects of manifestation, but are there any like potential downsides or risks we should be aware of?
Yeah, that's a really important question. One risk, I think, is what psychologists call toxic positivity. This is the idea that we should always be happy and positive, even when we're facing difficult situations.
Right.
And I think suppressing negative emotions or ignoring real problems can actually be really harmful to our mental health. So manifestation should really work alongside, not replace healthy coping strategies and a realistic understanding of, life's complexities.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's about finding that balance between embracing positivity and acknowledging the full range of human emotions and experiences.
Exactly. Another potential risk is, falling for scams or misleading information. Unfortunately, there are people out there who exploit this desire for quick fixes and easy answers.
Right.
So I think it's really important to be discerning and critical when you're considering, manifestation techniques or products, and steer clear of anything that seems too good to be true or promises unrealistic outcomes.
Just like anything else. Do your research, use common sense, and be cautious of anyone claiming to have like all the answers.
Absolutely.
There's no quick and easy fix. It takes effort.
Exactly. And it's always wise to, consult with trusted professionals, right? Whether that's a therapist, a financial advisor, or a career counselor, depending on your specific goals. They can provide guidance and support that's really tailored to your individual needs and circumstances.
Yeah, that's great advice. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways our listeners should kind of keep in mind about manifestation?
Well, I would say the most important takeaway is that manifestation is not about passive wishing or magical thinking. It's really about cultivating a mindset that empowers you to take control of your life and align your actions with your aspirations.
So it's about believing in your ability to create positive change while also recognizing that there are these external factors beyond your control.
Precisely. It's about finding that sweet spot between embracing positivity and maintaining a realistic outlook.
And it's about taking action, setting goals, and, diligently working towards them.
Absolutely. Manifestation is not a substitute for effort. It's a way to enhance it.
Well said. So listeners, as you reflect on Sarah's story and the ideas we've discussed, we encourage you to approach manifestation with, healthy skepticism, but also with this openness to the possibility of harnessing the power of your thoughts and beliefs.
Right. Remember, Sarah's journey is just one example, and there are so many different paths to explore. Be curious, keep learning, and most importantly, believe in your own ability to create positive change.
That's a great point. Her story is compelling, but it's just one data point in
Yeah.
this vast sea of possibilities.
Yeah, and it's important to remember too that manifestation is such a personal journey.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another. There's no one size fits all approach.
Right.
It's about finding what resonates with you, what aligns with your values and your beliefs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's about discovering, your own way to
Yeah.
create the life you want.
Exactly. And it's a journey, not a destination, right? It's an ongoing process of growth and self-discovery and learning. And as you explore this path, you might find, tools and resources that resonate with you. If you're looking to manifest love, wealth, or happiness, we've linked some powerful tools in the description. Be sure to check those out. They're designed to help you reach your goals.
Awesome. So as we wrap up our deep dive into, Sarah's story and the world of manifestation, I think it's important to remember that her experience is just one example, in a sea of possibilities.
Absolutely. And while Sarah's story is so compelling, it's important to avoid generalizing from a single anecdote.
Hmm.
There are countless other stories out there, both of people who claim to have achieved success through manifestation and those who haven't.
Right.
So it's really crucial to approach this topic with critical thinking and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Absolutely. So listeners, as you move forward, equipped with this new knowledge, we encourage you to stay curious, keep exploring, and most importantly, believe in your own ability to create positive change in your life.
And remember, the journey of self-discovery and personal growth is an ongoing one. There's always more to learn, more to explore, and more to manifest.
Beautifully said. Well, that brings us to the end of another deep dive. We hope you found this exploration of manifestation both enlightening and empowering.
We encourage you to continue the conversation, share your thoughts, experiences, and questions in the comments. We always love hearing from our fellow deep divers.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep believing in the power of possibility.